Fellow Toastmasters, honoured guests, contest chair. Have you heard the saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade? How many people have heard that? Can you raise your hand? So more than half, right? But how do you know to make lemonade? My life has not always been as smooth as it is today. And this is a story which perhaps some of you might be able to relate to. I'm not exactly, let's say, the sharpest pencil in the box. I wasn't gifted by having a doctor's mind. I wasn't gifted by having a surgeon's hands. But I was gifted by having a little bit of creativity. However, in love, I haven't been very successful. I've gone through one divorce. In business, I haven't always been very successful. I've gone through one bankruptcy. When it comes to family members, I've been unlucky that I've had close family members die. And this, in total, has given me an experience which I can relate to most of the people in this room, by at least one of those things, I'm pretty sure of it. So when they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, where was my lemonade? I didn't know what to do. I was lucky though, I really was lucky, that a girl found in me that I was her lemonade. She comes to me and says, you know, in a nightclub, can I buy you a drink? Doesn't really happen very often. I says, yeah, let's do that. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Okay. One thing led to another, and eventually we got married. It was a longer period than that, but that's fine. My grandmother came up to me and she says, David, I want to tell you 2 pieces of information which maybe will help this marriage go a little bit longer. The first one was, never go to sleep angry. Take as long as it takes to get it solved there and then. The second piece of information is be careful who you get information from, because it's not always in your personal interest. So pick your mentors carefully. Don't let your mentor pick you, unless you're in Toastmasters, of course. And what does she mean by that? I want to try a little experiment now, okay? I want each of you to close your eyes. You can do that too. Okay, I'm going to touch you. So, and I want you to think of your dream's dream, like where you want your life to be in 5 years' time. It can be whatever you want it to do. Has everyone got this thought in their mind? You can nod yes. And listen to my voice. You will never achieve that. How many of you are thinking, hey, that's not nice at all? Yeah? Because I was thinking about my thing there. Have I influenced any of your lives? Not really. But to some of you, it's like, why did you make me think that? That's a design, and it's ruined your whole week, possibly. It could happen that way. So you've got to choose your mentors carefully. And so my grandmother said, if there's one other piece of advice I can give you for free, is that if you really are looking for someone to go forward, life will show you the direction. My grandmother's not very religious, but she says, just keep your eyes open and you will find a direction given to you. It didn't mean anything to me then. Didn't mean nothing. I just went on with it and I thought, that's what crazy people say when they're older. But it wasn't so long that I was comfortable in my marriage and things were going on, that my grandmother's idea, she put a seed in my mind and it started like being a bug to me. Like, what did it mean? And I discovered PPL. So what is PPL? It could be, let's say, as an idea, that procrastination pools laziness. That could be one of the things PPL stands for, because I was pretty lazy at one point. I didn't really want to wake up so early, so I didn't wake up. I didn't have to wake up so early, so I just didn't. I wasn't doing my chores around the house, because as a good husband I should be washing dishes, I should be doing things right. And I wasn't always doing that. Believe it or not, even though I'm a man, I do know how to put stuff in the dishwasher or in a washing machine. Doesn't mean I have to, but I know how it works in theory. So those things happen. But to make me a good husband, I had to do those in practice, right? So those things happen. But the PPL I found was private pilot's license. The idea, the concept was told to me by a friend. Wow, I would love to be a pilot. And that's where I got the idea from my grandmother. She said, something, I put a seed in my mind that something I'd never even thought about was possible, was all of a sudden possible for me. my friend, who I thought I was better than him anyway, he was actually studying and learning how to become a pilot. And it got me thinking, what would I like to do? Where would I, if I was a pilot, what would I do? What would I do stuff? And I thought, I'd really like to go to the Amazon. And I'd like to fly in a microlight, or one of those little flying boats, over the Amazon River, looking down, seeing all the parrots of different colours flying around, seeing the winding rivers, seeing all those people in the, in the forest doing their stuff. And I would love to do that. Can you imagine the smell of what it's like to fly over that Amazon? It's one of those things, and to me it made my whole mind go, wow, I'd love to do that. I got so excited, I called my wife and I said, look, I've got something I'd like to do. I really would enjoy doing that. I'd like to fly over the Amazon. She goes, nice. One of my great ideas. But honestly, it's what I wanted to do. And since then, it's expensive to get a pilot's license. And I've taken only a couple of lessons so far. But I do believe one day, from really this information from my grandmother, that I can achieve something of significance by flying over the Amazon in a microlight or a little aeroplane or something. I can do that. I know I can. What does it mean to you though? Because it's like nice me telling my story. Yeah, great day. Now you know not to argue and you're going to fly over the Amazon. Nice. But what does it mean to you? Honestly, if you can take these little pearls of wisdom from old people, because they know they've lived their life already. They're old. My grandmother is 95 years old. She's been around a little bit. She's lived through a world war. She lived through little tiny wars because she's from England also. There's been all over the place. But anyhow, she's gone through that history. She has a lesson to teach. So if I could provide something to you, it's one is the PPL, like find your proactive purpose in life. That's number one. The second one is actually that you don't argue when you go to bed. And the third one is when you do close your eyes and you think of what you can accomplish in 5 years, 10 years, etc. Don't let anyone take it away from you by some silly comment. Because I know and everyone in here knows that you deserve that. Thank you very much.